Hello and welcome back to LurcherGallery Productions. Today will be our final assembly for the helmet build. I've got it repainted, different colour now. It's not quite the colour that I wanted. It's a dark green from Hammerite. We shall put it all together. Nessy's here to help. I've attached the side piece. I've attached this here. I did have it recording and it hasn't been recording, unfortunately. So, there we go. I've missed out on a certain amount of footage. Cannot be helped. Whether it is down to Nessy or not down to Nessy, I am unsure. Right, I've got to get these lined up, make sure it still works. I've had to get a longer make sure this works, and then we will get some more glue. That works. Ooh, hot glue gun. I'll have to do a touch-up of paint on the back of that, because the hot glue is hot enough to remove the paint. Exhibit A. Okay, definitely going to want to do a touch-up with the paint, but it has flaked somewhat on that back piece. For the mouthpiece to go attached to the ear before I glue on the foam, which is a bit grubby now, I have a piece of micro bore pipe and I don't know, 2x2 shell casing stuck through and in on a nice bit of metal. Bloody strands everywhere. Right, I want to do a test and see where I want it. On the head test fit, so I can see where this goes. In the owl. I know it goes in the owl, but I want let's straighten that a little more. Back in the owl, if I can find the owl. How does that look? That looks suitable. Let's whop a load of glue in there. Very technical. I'm going to need another glue stick. This is going to need to heat up a little more. Watch out, Nessy buttons. Nessy of the clumsy fat cat variety. Another one. Pretty good. The twiddler works. Pokes me in the back of the ear. That's in the right place. Seems to want to sit at a bit of an angle. It's the top of that foam bit that's causing the trouble. That doesn't want to sit flush because of that foam bit. It's later now. It's been quite a few days. I've had to get Whitby over and done with before I've carried on with this. Earpiece. Far too large. won't sit straight, sits out at an angle because it interferes with either this or it interferes with this. So this bit just won't work. So I was trying to come up with an alternative that would do the same. And that's when I came up with this. It's just a rolled up sock. We'd done them before we were kids. You put little army men in them and use them as boats. You know, little dinghy for your green army men. But that's the right size for not interfering with the edge pieces. I have a selection of these plastics from like a sofa, holding where the buttons on the leather sofas go. I've drilled the extra 6 holes around, only had the center one, but then that sits, once it's pushed through, quite nicely in there. It's got a stitch or 2 through on this to make sure it doesn't unroll. So we shall glue it in and then give an overall look for the finished. I haven't got the eyepiece done. That broke whilst I was trying to do it, so maybe that's at a later point if I decide to go back to it. Let's get a bit of glue on this before I sit it in. I'll also just use the existing little screw in the center. Woohoo! Big summer blowout. That fits in there. Flathead screwdriver. Do you ever get that? Where whatever screwdriver you want, you always have the opposite kinds around, you know? If you want a flathead screwdriver, you only have posi drive. If you want a posi drive, you only have flathead. There. Now we have an earpiece that sits flush in. Move the mic back around. I have my assistant. His head's a bit bigger than mine. Piece protecting. It's dropped down a bit, but he's got a great big orbital button. There we go. Sits up higher. Awesome. Oh, I'm chuffed with that. He has a big head. That's okay. Making sure I'm recording. Last time I wasn't. So there we go. I haven't got the eye bit done, as I'd said, but maybe for later. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and I shall be back with you with another build or something else that I'm working on very shortly. Have a good one.